Hello students, how are you all? I hope all of you are very fine. Your unit tests are over, and in the last video lesson we have started our new chapter, that is language of chemistry. And in one online class also I have discussed with you about this online language of chemistry. In the first video lesson or first video online class, we have seen that about the chemical reactions. Chemical reactions means chemical change when happens are represented by equation, that is called chemical equation, and is also called chemical reactions. It has two parts. We have seen the left hand side of the reaction, that is called reactant, means the substances that undergoes for a reaction, they are called reactants, and after reaction the product we are getting or the result we are getting or the new substance that we are getting are called products. Okay, and also we have seen why these elements combine together to achieve the stable electronic configuration. And we have also seen the condition required for chemical reaction. We have seen 2 points of conditions, that is close contact. When element substances comes in a close contact, they react with one another. Even though they are in close contact, sometimes they does not react. For that, what we have to do? We have to go for a solution process. Solution process means we have to add some solvent into the mixture, so that a solution, after forming a solution, the components will react with each other. We have seen that. Next point is our heat. Today's point is heat. First of all, today's point is heat. So, to form a chemical reaction, sometime we have to heat the substances. Suppose, very common example, that is iron plus sulfur. Okay. When iron plus sulfur, normal mixture, if you mix together, they are a simpler mixture. Why? Because iron can be separated from this mixture by using a magnet. But if you heat it, it is a delta sign, is a symbol of heat. When you heat, you will get iron sulfide. Okay, that is Fe plus S give FeS. Okay, so on heating only, this sulfur reacts with iron to form iron sulfide. So heat is also required to form the reaction. Next point is light. Very common example, if you take light, is also required for chemical reaction, is the photosynthesis. Because without light, photosynthesis does not, unless and until chlorophyll trap the sunlight, plants will be not able to prepare their food. So they need that sunlight. So for that, what they need? Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of chlorophyll. They trap sunlight to give glucose plus energy. Okay, plus energy in the form of ATP. So this is, here also we can see this photosynthesis process. Sunlight is required for the formation of food by the plant. Next point is pressure. Pressure means what, you know? What is pressure? Force by area is called pressure. So what is the function of this force and area to perform a reaction? Suppose in some reaction At normal atmospheric pressure, plants substance does not go for reaction. To have that reaction, again we need to adjust the atmospheric pressure. So the reaction will be faster, you can say, or reaction will happen. Suppose if you take an example of nitrogen N2 plus H2. Okay, when nitrogen reacts with hydrogen, you know it gives what it will give. It will give you ammonia, NH3. Okay, how this? What condition is required? First of all, it need to be heat up from 450 to 500 degree Celsius. You need to heat in this temperature, and atmospheric pressure is 200, approximately 200 atm. Atmospheric pressure is required to react nitrogen and hydrogen to become ammonia. Okay, so this is another example, is an example of where pressure were required for a chemical reaction. One example is given in your book, that is carbon dioxide react with hydrogen at very high pressure to produce methanol as a product. Means CO plus H2 gives methanol, CH3OH. CH3OH. It will give, what is the reaction? CO2 plus H2 gives CH3OH. It is called methyl alcohol or methanol. Okay, here it is also, it needs high pressure. It requires high pressure. So this example is given in the book. Similarly, carbon dioxide reacts under pressure to form carbonic acid. This is used for in our aerated drinks, soft drinks, fizzy drinks, you can say. So when it escapes, if you increase the pressure and open the bottle, what will happen? The cold drinks comes out. Why? Because of the pressure increases inside the bottle, and the mixing of carbon dioxide also increases. So thus the taste of drinks become flat due to the less or no carbonic acid left in the drink after the carbon dioxide escapes out. Okay. Next point is electricity. Next point is electricity is also required for chemical reaction. Suppose if you want, this process generally we do for electro refining process, or to decompose some compounds. Also we need electricity to pass through them, and using electricity to decompose any compound, or to purify any metals, or refine any refining process, electro refining we call it, electro refining process, we need to supply electricity, and the process is called electrolysis. It is called electrolysis. Okay, so in this process what we say electrolysis, suppose first of all if you want to decompose water, okay, so when you pass electricity, this you will get hydrogen plus oxygen. Okay, you will get hydrogen and oxygen. It will decompose. This is called decomposition reaction. Sometimes electrolysis process is also used for electro refining. It is also used for electro refining, okay, of metals. After that, next point is catalysts. Catalyst. What are catalysts? Catalyst means anything that work in a chemical reaction to speed up the reaction or to slow down the reaction. But this catalyst does not react itself in a reaction. They either speed up the reaction or slow down the reaction, but itself they does not react with the components present during a chemical reaction. This, for example, nitrogen, hydrogen reacts with ammonia in the presence of catalyst. In this example that I have taken, the reaction of nitrogen and hydrogen to form ammonia, we are using the temperature 450 to 500 degrees Celsius, atmospheric pressure 200 atm. But side by side we need to have a catalyst over here, and that catalyst is the iron. Okay, so this iron will control the reaction. It means catalyst means that controls the reaction. Means either they will speed up the reaction or they can also slow down the reaction. So the catalyst that speed up the reaction, they are called positive catalysts, and the catalyst which slow down the reaction, they are called negative catalyst. You will study this more about the catalyst in your next class means in class 8. You will see so many examples are there how these catalysts act during a chemical reaction. Okay, so these are the conditions that we have seen today's video about the conditions which are required for a chemical reaction to happen. Okay, so if you follow this, you can do the chemical reactions. Or sometimes we don't need to follow this also. When they come in close contact, they react with each other, but not always. Okay, I hope you have understood these conditions for chemical reactions, students. If you get any doubt, we will again discuss these things in your online class also. If you get any doubt, ask me. Definitely I will try my best to explain you and clear your doubts. Thank you, students. See you again in our next video class and online class. Thank you very much.